Ah, got it. Got it. Okay, there we go. It should be working now. I'm getting readings on my OBS now. I had it muted there earlier, and because I was listening to music. But hello, Mocha. I'm hoping that the sound is working now. Yay, okay. Now people are saying they can hear. Okay, so I was just talking to myself for a while. No one to hear me. Awesome. Yeah. So basically what I was saying was I have added some background lighting to the picture in the interim, and I have worked on like coloring some things that I didn't get to color last time. But I'm not sure how I'm going to approach coloring on this one, because usually I would start with like like the mid-tone color and then build up shadows and then go to highlights. But because I know that this is going to have some pretty dark shadows and really stark highlights, I'm wondering if I should put a filter over it and color it a different way. So we'll see. I've noticed watching these videos, or these, like, I don't watch my videos all the way through, but I'll like check them for sound and stuff afterwards. And I've noticed like I touch my hair and my face a lot. And I don't know why. I don't know why. It's a bad habit to have, especially nowadays. Off, on. That's a good light right there. Okay. So, reacquainting myself with this. Okay, so there's him. There's Lazuli. There's Miles. I'll create another group for whistleblower in my layers. Okay. So I'm just going to start messing around with some different shading. Yeah, Eva, it really depends on what medium you're using. Because like with watercolor, you start out light and then you build dark, 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 dark. Because you can't, with watercolor, you're supposed to use the whites of the paper. You can't go backwards once you've started. But yeah, digital, you can go either way. It's just like what would be easiest and work the best. Someone mentioned the Artemis Fowl Disney Plus thing. Yeah, that's really weird. Maybe I'll just go with a character by character basis and see, and just do it that way. So we'll start with Lazuli again. But yeah, I'm okay with it moving to Disney Plus actually. I mean, if it were actually going to be true to the source material, I might be more upset. I'd be like, no, not as many people are going to see it. But now I'm like, oh good, not as many people are going to see it, which is horrible. Thank you, motorcycle gang, for driving past my window. There's probably some other details I should put on her as well before I go into all the shading. Because this was supposed to be like a basic cell shading, but I always tend to overdo it. So I'm trying to think. But also I think like Artemis on Disney Plus could be fun because then we can all watch it together. Even if we're all just watching it at vaguely the same time. Because I think that'd be super fun. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to play music on here in the background without it being like really distorted, so that it's just not long stretches of me not talking. Where is that brush I'm looking for? That's too high. Usually I only use like one type of brush. I'm pretty simplistic that way. Nope. You can't even really tell on this that it's got some kind of, that it's got a texture to it. Let's go with this one then. Transfer. Wow, that was not good. And now that looks more like plaid. Yay. Artemis Fowl movie drinking ideas. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd have to watch it because, like, yeah, if you're going off of the books, then you could come up with, I don't know, every time Artemis says something pretentious or something. But, like, with this movie, it would be almost like every time, I don't know, Artemis does something un-Artemis-like. Put some strings on this guitar. I'm trying to think of something to say, but to be honest, I'm just kind of mentally exhausted. It's been a weird week. How many? Okay, it's got 6. How does the guitar look again? I forget. You mean his mom better not be dead? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if they're gonna screw with his whole backstory, I don't know if I'd want to see what the heck they do with him. Or what they do with Angeline. Like, I feel they could only... I'm looking up guitars and how the heck they work. Okay. Artist is just Dippy Fresh. I just rewatched Gravity Falls. That's such a good show. But I don't know. Like, I had to skip through one of the the second to last episode because I empathize with Dipper so hard. And so when Mabel was like forcing him to stay there and you're supposed to feel bad for her, I was like, I don't feel bad for her. She's... Rewatching it, it was better. I was like, okay, I empathize with this child more. I understand why she's so upset. I get it. And like, it wasn't her fault. She didn't know what the little orb thingy was. So it's not like she did it on purpose. But, oh my gosh. I guess she just like reminds me of some of my own siblings. And I just can't. Oh my gosh. It's cute. Oh, how riveting this is. I will say one of my least favorite things to draw are guitars. Has anyone here ever tried to draw a guitar? Has anyone here liked drawing a guitar? They're so awkward. Like, depending on how you... Like, I just need so many references for guitars. Because they change shape depending on how you turn them, and like... Everyone is so familiar with the shape of a guitar that if it looks off, everyone knows. Actually, this is probably supposed to have these things at the bottom. I don't know if this is accurate. Again, I don't know. Freaking guitars. So I did this to myself. But still. Okay. Alright, there are the guitar strings. Got some shine to them now. Oh, I should have put Laslie's plant on stage. But yeah, Gravity Falls actually doesn't pick up until the second half. Like, I liked the first half. I liked the like the Monster of the Week episodes. I thought they were a lot of fun. But yeah, it's not till the second season that all of the story happens. And then you're like, whoa, the entire time. It's kind of like, has anyone here watched Princess Tutu? It's one of my favorite anime, though I have to be really careful when I watch it because it's so intense, which you wouldn't think, being called Princess Tutu. But it is. And so, look, it's the same thing. First episode is like, or the first season is like Monster of the Week kind of deals. And then the second season, or is it 2 seasons? Or is it just one long season? I can't remember. But the second half of the show is just like, my heart is breaking. Why are you doing this to me? This is so intense. How did this happen? Which is par for the course with anime, for the most part. But I just wasn't. It was one of the first anime I'd ever watched as well. So I wasn't expecting it. And then all of a sudden it was like pain all the time. Okay, so let's try putting a filter over this. I'm gonna look up a reference. So, concert lighting? Is that what I look up? Oh, goodness. Yes, sort of. It looks like they're lit. There's 2 different kinds of lighting. So the back will be lit up in a certain way, and then the singers are all lit up. So they're not like super dark in shadow kind of deal. I'm trying to get a good look of how the shadows work. Copy image. The name of their band is the Regrettables, based on the book, which I'm gonna have to put that on the. Whoa, that looks kind of cool, actually. Okay, there. So I'm not going to use this lighting specifically, but like you see how the background has this blue lighting, but it's not really on them. They're like, well, it looks like they've got red from the front, blue from the back. And I already decided to go with more warmer colors. So might do something similar. Only have red on the front and like a yellow for the rim lighting. I don't know how interesting this is going to be for y'all to watch, because it's probably going to be a lot of me just being like, does this look good? Does this look good? Phil. Woohoo. This is going to look horrible. Whoa. I'm sorry, Lazuli. Ooh. That's too light. That is creepy. That's closer to what we want. Oh. Over that blue, it looks really weird. It's the blue that's making it look off her skin tone. I like the way it's lighting up her arrows, though. Like, that's kind of cool. Let's see, there's with that. Whoa, that blue is too. I think that blue is too much. I'm gonna have to downplay her skin tone, because I don't even think I draw her that blue. That's really, really blue. Oh, there went her makeup. It's okay, I think it wasn't permanent anyway. Oh, but I lost her arrows as well. Oh, okay. Don't really like that blue either, though. Hmm. Hmm. I think I like that better. Okay. So let's see. Let's put your face back on. Let me look up another, because I'm not really a makeup person, if you couldn't tell. So let's see, punk makeup. Ah! It's like a lot of dark eyeliner. Lots of kind of cat eye looks as well, I'm seeing. Okay. Kind of like that. Clean you up a little bit. Ah! Those airbrushes, they sometimes have too far of a reach. There we go. That looks interesting. I'm gonna have to lighten her eyes up a little bit. Okay, let's see how this does. Oh yeah, I like that better. She doesn't look as gray anymore. So that's nice. Might change her hair a little bit though, just so that it looks a little bit more red in the light. So let's make your hair a bit more orange. Not that I'm biased or anything. Okay. Oh yeah. I like that a lot better. Ah, I'm reading the comments. That's interesting about the natural light thing. Like, I mean, you're on a stage. I don't know. Is there a reason why they want it to look natural? Like, I think if you want natural light, you would just like have an outdoor thing. I don't know. But this is a punk concert. I don't think they're that concerned with natural light. And to keep with like to keep kind of a unity, I'm going to have all of their lighting be pretty similar. Okay. Let me find her eyes. There you are. Speaking of instruments, I got an instrument this week. I am loving it. I got an ocarina, and I have like a kind of spotted past when it comes to music and musical instruments. But I don't have a lot of patience for learning, which is so great. But I've wanted an ocarina for a long time. Like, I don't know why I wanted an ocarina so bad, but I did. And so I finally I had this Amazon gift card, and I was like, I'm going to use part of that to buy me an ocarina. And I love it. It's really easy to use. Woo. And I don't know, I just really enjoy playing it. I'm trying to find like the right kind of songs to play with it though. Oh, that looks interesting. I like that. I'm kind of digging this. What color are you? Okay. So if I were to darken this a little bit, do that. There we go. So then I can just focus on lightening some areas, and then she'll be done. But first I'm going to move on. That is the goal, her being done. After the lighting stuff. I don't know if that's what's actually going to happen. But, okay. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, there we go. So many layers. Fill. Okay. Whoa. Vivid light. He looks fun. Okay, so I'm going to put some kind of body paint on our boy. I don't know what kind of body paint to do. Like, should it be kind of representational? Oh, she still doesn't have her arrows. You're right. Bye, Eva. Yeah, but yeah, so I was thinking about something more representational for his body paint, but I was like, or maybe he tries to actually draw something on himself. I don't know. Does he like go more Braveheart? I'm not sure. I'll do his kilt first. Yeah, and then I have to put all those buttons on the... Why? Why didn't I do that before? Oh, I need to put her arrows on before I forget. This is a lot, this is very representational of me working on art in general. Is me like jumping back and forth between multiple things at once. Being like, what did I need to do? What it was, what's supposed to be? It's my life. So what things are y'all doing to survive quarantine? I know some of you, if not all of you, are still in school at various stages. Like, I have many friends who are teachers, and they're having fun trying to figure all this out for their classes. I filed for unemployment today because I was told to. I think I'll be fine without it unless this thing goes on for like months and months and months and months. That was probably an exaggeration. If it goes on longer than like 2 or 3 months, then I will have some issues. But until that point, I think I'll be fine. So it's just like, do I ask for government help just in case? Even though like I don't have a job right now. I've been furloughed. I don't know. There she goes. There's her arrows back. Ta-da. Okay. Back to our boy Beckett. Is that the right? I don't think that's the right one. Dang it. So someone mentioned that I should record some ocarina music. I might. Though right now it would be very, very amateur ocarina music. I love it though. Like I've learned the Misty Mountains song. I've learned the Gravity Falls theme song. So that kind of sounds like repetitive and annoying on the ocarina. And I've learned some hymns. And a couple Disney songs. But I think in order to have it playing in the background, it would have to be like under fair use. So I couldn't play any Disney songs. Even if it was under fair use, I probably wouldn't want to play Disney songs. Cubism. Yeah, I've enjoyed being inside, being by myself a lot. I'm working on a comic project, and that's been nice to kind of have no interruptions on that front. But yeah, also I did have a job up until yesterday, and then they closed everything. So we're technically on furlough, so when the stores open back up, I will again have a job, but until then I don't have a job, and they aren't paying us, which is fun. So, yeah. All of these buttons. This is just going to be my life for a few minutes. Wait a second. keep changing my mind. Okay, so let's see if I can just duplicate this layer. Ah, go back. Back, foul beast. Skew. Oh, this might actually end up being more complicated. Oops. Duplicate layer. Okay. Let's combine all these layers. I don't have one more row here. Ta-da! Not super authentic to the accordion, but I think it'll be fine. Hopefully no one's counting the number of keys on the accordion. Maybe we'll make them this color. Okay. Okay. So oh goodness. There you go. Ah! Alright, I'm checking to see if the yellow in his shoes is okay. Might make those a bit darker. Check. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun working on this comic. It's been a long time since I worked this hard on one story for a long period of time. Maybe that's a lie. I've been writing a novel for the past however many years, but I'm wondering if I just need to trunk it because I keep sorry. I keep not losing interest, but changing the direction I want to go with it. Okay. Body paint time. Oh no. First I'm going to get rid of all this fuzz around his body. This is why you should color your flats on a neutral background instead of on white like I did. Like an idiot. Because then you notice these things and you catch them. Da, 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 da. It's most obvious on like lighter colors like these. And even then there might have still been a few if I had colored it on neutral because this dark of a background tends to pick up stuff anyway. I'm really scatterbrained today. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just out of it for multiple reasons. But check chat. Kind of quiet. That's fine. Is there anything you guys want me to talk about? Because if not, I can just ramble about stuff. But I can't guarantee it will be interesting. I'm going to look up body paint. Body painting. References are good, kids. Though I'm just going to get a bunch of, just get a bunch of professional body painting. Let's try war paint instead. Braveheart. Let's look up Celtic war paint. I think that's something that Beckett would do. Okay, so a lot of people pretending they know what they're doing. Some video game characters. Lots of blue swirly things. Lots of blue. Which wasn't really what I was going for with this, but if I'm putting a red filter over it, then it should be fine. The blue won't be super distracting. That's weird. Love to hear more of my thoughts on the movie. That's the thing. Like, that's like the hardest thing to talk about. Well, not the hardest thing, obviously, but like, it's a pretty hard subject to talk about because I don't know what the movie is yet. I don't know what's going on with that. So it's like, I don't know what I would have done different. I don't know what they did wrong, besides, you know, the obvious things that everyone's talking about, like the casting not being great and all that stuff. Like, I can answer more specific questions about it, I guess, but just general thoughts on the movie, I think my general thoughts are similar to everyone else's thoughts. And that I am not super optimistic about it. Okay, this is a bit too fluffy. I'm trying to think about what I would say about the... I will say, if they do go like a more serious route with mulch, I would not be upset. I think if Miles put equations on Beckett, Beckett would paint over them. I think he would be like, none of your science with me. Or he would do something, do something with it to make Beckett mad. Or Miles mad. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Mulch Dickums, the character, so if they made him less gross, I'd be cool with that. As far as who I would put in roles, I'm not sure. Like, I will say I love Ruth Negga. She's an Irish actress, I believe, but she's black, or at least partially black. And she is just so, like, cute. Like, she looks elven to me. And I know she's a lot of people's favorite choice for Holly for a long time. I just think she would have been wonderful if they were going to do a live action. Personally, though, I would make them not live action. I would make them animated, because with all the age jumping that Artemis does and all that fun stuff. Victoria, what are you doing? There. Like, because then it wouldn't matter how long you took to develop it. Like, the characters would always look the way you needed them to look. Wouldn't matter. I'm just kind of going overboard at this point. I need to stop. Okay, Victoria, stop drawing on the boy's face. Oh, 2D or 3D? I'm more of a 2D person. I haven't seen a lot of 3D cartoons. Like, I haven't seen the Dragon Prince. I know I got an ask about that on the blog, and I was like, I don't know if I've actually gotten to that one yet. But I was just like, I don't know. I've never seen this before. Oh, they were asking about the elves. I remember now. I think I did answer that one. But it's like, I haven't seen this. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the neck definitely is a blurry face kind of deal. But I do think that I think he would like. I just blanked on their name. 21 Pilots. My brain was saying Linkin Park, and I was like, that's not the right band. But yeah, so I was like, would he have any paint on his legs? Because you're right, like, you would go overboard, but I don't want to make it too distracting. Though I will have it go down his arms a little bit more. But yeah, so as far as an animated show, I think I'm just more of a 2D person, and I think you have with shows that are animated, you have more styles to choose from. If you do 2D, 3D, I feel like you're much more limited because there's certain shapes that are harder to animate in 3D. Like, they're branching out more when it comes to 3D animated movies, but 3D animated TV shows, I just don't like the way they move. Okay, so I'll put some here. So we wouldn't be able to reach his back, so maybe put something on his knees. And then I think I'm going to be done, because, again, don't want to be too super distracting. Let's turn on his light. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it works well with his with his blue. Now let's put some shadow on there. Yay! Okay, Miles, I'm coming for you. I don't think I'm going to put any plaid on him. Like, is this coloring better, Lemon? Like, I took away the stripes. Though, when I was looking up different Irish punk bands, quite a few of them wear striped shirts. Just saying. But I do think it looked a bit too emo on him with the hair. Like, he was coming off very early 2000s. Okay, so start by giving him... Where is Miles? There he is. Did not name his group. There we go. Professionals will tell you to label your groups when you're, or label your layers when you're drawing in Photoshop, and you should definitely obey that. I don't because I'm lazy, but you should. Should Miles have any makeup on? No, probably not. Like, you could go two ways about it, I guess. Like, you could say he would be totally... Like, if he was in a band, he would totally immerse himself in the role and totally be into it, and how dare you not? But then, on the other hand, I think he might hate looking in any way undignified. Yeah. I'm gonna put some stripes on his socks, though. Not like a bunch of stripes, just like 2. Da-da-da. My Photoshop is glitching out. Okay. I've got more fuzzies on him. Get rid of the fuzzies. Like, I do think if I were in charge of like an Artemis Fowl TV show, I might have mentioned this before somewhere, I would, I don't know, bring in some of the lore earlier. I don't know exactly how I would do that. Like, I don't know if I would add new arcs. I don't know if I would like change any of the... like, the first 4 stories are solid, but I think some of the later stories kind of get a bit iffy. So, yeah, I don't know. There we go. Give some more variety to these. Next time I will definitely come up with something to talk about. I don't know. It's kind of weird because I feel like when I'm doing these, like, I should be... I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know where those are. Okay. So it's probably in whistleblowers. But yeah, I feel like I have to talk about something Artemis Fowl base if I'm doing an Artemis Fowl piece. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be so bogged down by that. But I mean, even though I think about Artemis Fowl, the book series, a lot, I don't actually... I've found that a lot of, even though I'm an introvert, a lot of how I process things and how I think bounce back, and like I need another person to bounce off of. Eyeliner like Artemis. Artemis Avatar: The Last Airbender crossover. I don't know how many of you have been around for a long time when it comes to my art, because I actually, one of my first Artemis Fowl related drawings I did on DeviantArt was an Artemis Fowl crossover with, or Artemis Fowl Avatar: The Last Airbender crossover. I think I did 2. Did I do 2? Let me see. Let me find them. Then I'll show you guys. But yeah, I don't know why I did it, except for that I like both of them. And so I was like, I'm gonna draw a crossover. But I can't remember which characters I did as what. I did do 2 of them. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay, let me set this up. Yes. Oh my gosh. So I've got Holly as Toph. I mean, you guys can see this. But when did I draw this? 2008. So I was in my junior year of high school. And yeah, so Butler is Aang because he's bald, I guess. And Juliet is Katara. So you can tell that I wasn't super keen on like the Aang and Katara pairing. Zuko isn't in here though. Like I didn't make Artemis Zuko. That feels like it would have been the obvious choice, but I didn't do that. That's so weird. And then there's Minerva as Suki and Holly as Toph and Artemis as Sokka, which is like thematically the one that he would not be the most. And then here's the other one. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so ridiculous. I hate this so much. So Zuko is Artemis, and Katara is Minerva. Aang is Mulch, and I think that's only because of the wind thing. That's it. And then Sokka is Trouble, and Toph is Holly. So that's like the only one that really crosses over completely. Like Holly was Toph, and Toph is Holly. And then Iroh is Butler. But he's saying, I may not be very good at bodyguarding, but at least I'm a bodyguard that makes wonderful tea. Oh my gosh. This is so stupid. So there's that. And now I'm going to get rid of that. Yes. Yay. So that was a brief sojourn into that. Oh my gosh. But to go back to, and was I Zutara? I think I was Zutara for like half a minute. But I just, kind of going back to my mini rant in the previous live stream, I don't like motherly characters. And Katara is like the epitome of the mom character. And I just despised her. And I still do. Like, because, and like, I rewatched the series because I have the whole thing on Blu-ray now. And I was like, okay, I can see that they like, what was I gonna say? That they address these things with her, so it's not like they just kind of made her a motherly like character and then never addressed that they did. So I get it, but at the same time, she's like overbearing and self-righteous and expects everyone to be the kind of person she wants them to be, and if not, she rejects them outright until she pummels them down and pummels them down until they become who she wants them to be, or at least admit that she was right. And like, there are some episodes where she acknowledges this about herself and does things better, but a lot of the time I was just like, shut up, Katara. I'm glad is it Ariake? I'm glad that you see things my way. Because, oh my gosh, I was so annoyed with her the entire time. So, I actually like, it was called Toko, this Toph and Zuko. And so, obviously it's not when she's young, it's like when she's older. But I wish that they had more screen time together. Like, just because it seemed like she got him. She understood what he was going through a bit. And plus there's that nice thing that like the fanfic writers bring up that's like, oh, he's scarred, but she literally can't see his scars because she's blind. Which is horrible, but it's also true. It's so romantic. So, but I mean, but even from a platonic point of view, like, she doesn't see his shortcomings like everyone else does. Like, she's so much more forgiving of him. And I love that about her. So, yeah. I just wish that they had had more screen time together, because I think she would have tormented him, but also helped him. And I didn't see a lot of Legend of Korra. I know she was in it, but the bits I could see, I was like, okay. Because one thing, when I was rewatching the series, I didn't realize how wise Toph was. Like, outside of Iroh and maybe Aang, she's the wisest character. Like, everyone else is, like, smart, but she would just, like, have these insights about things. Like, she just was so good. Like, she would have such good takes on stuff. And so she wasn't always like the rowdy, rambunctious, crazy one that I think she's portrayed as a lot in the fan fiction. Like, even the Toko fan fiction, she's always like the loose cannon and stuff. And I'm like, she isn't really that, though. She's... Okay, that's not working. Need to find something to write their band name on the drum. So it's like, would it be like super angular, like kind of angry looking, or would it look like Beckett had written it on the front of the drum with like a Sharpie? I kind of like that. Ah, you're back. Welcome back, Eva. Yes, Toph sees him. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with the handwritten thing. Unless I read the chat and someone says otherwise, because that just sounds hilarious. So let's see, what should I use for a brush? This one? There it is. I don't think I understood your last comment, Hannah. The cringy 12-year-old fanfic or fic authors we all were are popping out. Oh, you mean like in the chat? I'm not gonna be able to see the whole thing. This is gonna be a long word, but I don't think that Beckett would plan ahead. So if it hits, if it hits the side of the drum, we're just curving it around. Now I'm about to do something, but I know. I don't think there's two B's in that. I don't care. I think that Beckett might not be the greatest speller. And then... Is that too much? I don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Too many bees. Yeah. Okay. So, just gonna leave that then. Turn the light back on. Ta-da! I know, I might want to go a little bit brighter on this one. Just because he's like in the light back there, and plus him having a lighting a bit different from the two in front of him. create some more contrast. There'll be more contrast when I put some more lighting on them, but every little bit counts. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, let's start trying to figure out lighting. I'm coming for you, Leslie. Your Virgo sensibilities. I don't really even have a zodiac sign, so maybe that's why I'm so chaotic. My birthday is right on the edge of Scorpio and Sagittarius, and so depending on where I look for like what my sign even is, it depends on the website. They don't always say the same thing. So, and I took an astronomy class in college, which I loved. I loved taking astronomy. And the teacher actually said that my star sign is actually Ophiuchus, which is like they didn't want 13 zodiacs. So I was technically, I don't know if it's like you're born under that constellation, but mine would be Ophiuchus, which sounds gross. It sounds like mucus. So, I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Finally, I get to do some actual painting instead of messing around with filters. I should probably go less is more on this. I'll probably end up putting some dark shadows in there, just in certain spots. But I'll know for sure when I finish this. Ophiuchus. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Ophiuchus? I don't know how to spell it. Come on. Ophiuchus. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste. Yeah. Yes, welcome back, Love Art. Ophiuchus. So this is saying it's November 30th to December 18th. But my professor said it was between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So I don't know. It looks nicer than it sounds, that word. I might put a blur on this when I finish it. Ah, that's where that's coming from. But yeah, put a little bit of a blur on it so it's not so stark. Maybe just blur certain ports. There it is, hello. So many layers. Yeah, I know nothing about the zodiac except for that thing about Ophiuchus. Like, I don't know what anyone's signs mean. I always liked the Virgo sign, but I think that's because having a name that starts with V as a kid, I just automatically liked anything that started with a V. Does anyone else do that? Like with their name? Like if your name is Bridget, do you like have a special affinity for everything that starts with a B? I don't know. Little nose. There's your nose. Don't know if your nose would actually show up, but it's the thing with lighting. You can kind of cheat a little bit. Like, oh gosh. Okay, there we go. I might do some reflective lighting to kind of get some of the things that I know this light wouldn't normally hit. Okay, sorry, I got really into coloring this all of a sudden. Okay, how are we looking, Leslie? No. Lighter. Okay, let's see. What kind of format should I use for this? Woo! That's fun. Might be a bit too white on the head, but maybe I can mess with that a little bit. Oh gosh. What am I doing with my life? Okay, there we go. Well, okay. Ooh, yes. Yes. This is what I like. Maybe a little bit lighter than that, but that is definitely on the right track. Ah ha 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 ha. Look at you, baby girl. Yes. Okay. So, definitely going to put in some dark shadows in some places, but that's the gist of it. There is Lazuli. Yay! I'm really liking how this is turning out, you guys. I don't know about you, but I am loving it. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, Beckett. Curls. How am I going to deal with this? How am I going to deal with this? I know how I'm going to deal with this. All right. Might be a little bit thicker than that. What is... Might have been a spider on me just now. Not sure. Might be a spider living in my car. I don't know, I just kind of... I saw one in there the other day. I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. I'm not afraid of spiders. I've been bitten by one before, but for some reason that didn't make me afraid of them. I'm just kind of like, you stay in your area, I'll stay in mine. Though the other day I did find kind of like a big hairy one in my apartment, and I was like, okay, you might actually be dangerous. So I caught it and I put it outside. Because after living in a country that has so many mosquitoes that you curse living, anything that eats mosquitoes is my friend. Like, I love dragonflies. I kind of want to, I don't know, breed dragonflies or something. Because I want dragonflies around me all the time so that they can kill all the mosquitoes. Yeah, I couldn't see Artemis holding a spider. I don't think he would like spiders. I don't think he'd be afraid of spiders. I just don't think he would enjoy holding one. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know how much you guys know this, or probably haven't even thought about it, but like, I don't, when it comes to the Artemis Fowl fan, Artemis Fowl Answers blog, I don't make the characters follow my preferences very often. I really try to think about what that character would say and reply the way they would say it. So sometimes that's the way I would reply, but a lot of times it's not. So, like, that's one of those times. Like, I would love to hold a spider, but Artemis, I don't think would. So, I didn't write him that way. I don't know if his teeth are gonna... No, I don't think that's gonna look very good. Okay. A lot of this accordion's gonna get light, I feel. What about Artemis's pickup line, Love Art? Like, is that a pickup line that I would use? Or is that something I think he would say? Like, sometimes I do put them in kind of out of character situations because the question kind of necessitates it, or I think of a joke that is just too funny to me, and so I'm like, I gotta draw it. And I think that was mostly the case there, is that, like, I don't think Artemis would ever use a pickup line for real. Whether he would use a pickup line as a joke among friends is up to every person to decide, I guess. Would your Artemis use a pickup line? But I would like to think that Artemis would use a pickup line for fun among friends. I don't know if he would make up the pickup line himself. I could see Juliet giving him a pickup line to use. But that's just me. Why? I keep feeling something on my arm. It's probably just hair. I shed like crazy. This accordion is going to be the death of me. There we go. Okay, there we go, there we go. All right. Okay, what did Holly think of Artemis's pickup line? I'm trying to remember what the pickup line was even. It's been a long time. And I don't want to go through the archives because I don't even know how many asks have been answered at this point, but I feel like it's been hundreds. So I don't remember them all. It's like one of my fears kind of is like forgetting that I've answered something and then answering it differently. I think I've probably already done that though, just because I can't keep track of them all. I need to just tag them better so that if I have a question about whether I have answered a question before or not, I can look it up. But the earlier ones I did not tag very well, so they're just kind of lost to the void unless I go through the archives and get them out. But, okay. Okay, I remember that. I remember that now. Oh my gosh, I don't think that pickup lines would work on Holly, to be honest. I think that she thought it was hilarious that Artemis was using one and maybe kind of disturbed. But if like a random elf in a bar tried to use that pickup line on her, I think she might hurt them. What was this, color dodge? Woo! Fancy man. Was it color dodge? Because that looks different. Maybe it's just because the colors are a little bit different. Yeah, it's color dodge. I just need to dim some of this. Wah! Okay, yeah, that accordion is getting way too much attention. Stupid accordion. Okay. That looks better. Ta-da! I might change some of the line art color as well. I'll figure that out when I get it all done. All right, Miles. Miles. Sorry for anybody who's like a whistleblower fan, and I've like kind of ignored him this entire time. He's just so small. Oh, please, Eva, it's your dad's birthday. You should be spending time with him. There will be other live streams. Okay. Wow, that was... Oh, I keep forgetting that I'm on my eraser, and I'm just like, why is it not making any... It's because you're erasing, you idiot. Okay. I feel like the minimum diameter is not up to snuff on this thing. I don't know what I'm doing. If I wasn't so busy with this comic, I think I would try to figure out that there was a Artemis Fowl fan art I did a while back. Not a while back, it was fairly recent. But it was the one where Artemis is older. And I think the idea of an older Artemis is just so interesting. Like, I would totally run with that if I had the time. Like, I don't know. That's the thing, though. I don't know what the plot would be. Like, the general premise was that after a long time living separate lives and kind of being apart, that Artemis and Holly, or like Artemis has been doing some illegal activities again, but it's to help people. It's to save the fairies from meddling humans, but it's threats they don't know about. And he's like, oh, it's safest for them if they don't know about them. And so then he is going on and taking it on solo, and it's definitely solo because this is like after Butler has like either died or retired, or like basically even if he wanted to, Butler is not able to protect Artemis anymore. And so every time Artemis goes out and works, he on this project, he is putting himself at risk. And so Holly finds out about it and is understandably ticked at him for not including her sooner. And then, but understands why this has to be kept a secret from the people. And so she either like gets herself in trouble or does something, and she, or runs off, and she becomes, and she like starts living with Artemis full time on the surface and like helping him take down these bad guys. But I don't know who the bad guys would be. I don't know how they would take them down. I don't know what the rest of the plot would be. Yeah, it would be hard imagining Artemis without Butler, but like, yeah, because I would get like, I think Artemis might be like in his late 40s, maybe early 50s during this time. And then like, I don't know if the clone would age the same way, or if it stopped aging. I don't know at what age it would stop, but I like the idea of an older looking Artemis. So like, not that he's always stuck in like his glory years of like mid 30s, but like he looks older, like he's got gray hair and, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, so that would make Butler how old? Like in the first book, I think Butler might be 25. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and he's older than that. But so like if Artemis was in his 40s, then Butler would like be in his like 60s, maybe early 70s. Ariake, are you talking about the Artemis Fowl books? Have you not read the Artemis Fowl books and you've been hanging out here? You're such a trooper, if that's the case. Like, we've been sitting here talking about Artemis Fowl and you're like, what? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so if he's older than that, if he's in his late 30s, oh my gosh, this is looking so good, you guys. Like, normally, I'm not this stoked about my own coloring, but I think it's this coloring technique that I just started using and have never used before. It's just working so well for this piece. Okay, so where do I want to accentuate you? Right there. Maybe right there. Not so much there. Ah! Thought I was going to need some bounce lighting, but I don't think I'm going to. Look at that. Okay. So now I am going to work on Whistleblower. Hey, ho. Wow. Yes, Ariake, if that's how you pronounce your name. I don't know. I'm sorry. But yes, you should read Artemis Fowl. Like if you're into fairies and like urban fantasy, but also like childish humor. There's a lot of smart humor in Artemis Fowl. But like my sister, I being obviously I talk about Artemis Fowl a lot because I'm a nerd. Um, but sorry, lots of weird noises in my building recently. Gosh, lost my train of thought. But yeah, my sister heard me talk about it so much. My sister's a big reader, and so she read them and really disliked them. Did not like them. And she's like, these are so stupid. I don't know why you like them so much. And I'm like, they are for little boys. And like my sister's genre is like YA for like teenage girls. That's the kind of stuff that she likes. So it's like not just romance, I don't think, but like more of that vibe where like everything is very melodramatic, and that's something about Artemis Fowl. Like it isn't melodramatic. It's not like, oh, woe is me, and does he like me, and all that stuff. It's been a long time since that's how people talk in YA, right? It's been a long time since I read anything YA. Oh gosh, that's why. I was like, why are all these? This is why. This is why. Okay. But yeah, so I can see why my sister didn't like it. I can see why a lot of people don't like it. Like it's got a very specific tone that I feel is very Irish. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels very Irish to me. Yeah, I think Artemis Fowl is technically middle grade. So it's like the step below YA. I think some places probably lump it in with YA because that's just easier. But technically it's middle grade. So, yeah. So it's like that's probably why it doesn't have a lot of the melodrama, is because it's middle grade and they don't really get into a lot of the melodrama until YA. And like some other middle grade, I think the first Percy Jackson books are considered middle grade. I don't think the newer ones are, because they kind of tend to a lot of times they tend to age with the audience. I wouldn't say that Artemis Fowl does that, even though Artemis does get older in the books. The tone still stays very much the same until like the last two books or something, and then some of the tone changes to where it's more serious kind of. But like the whole thing with I guess since there's someone here who hasn't read the books, I shouldn't spoil things. But the whole thing with what's his face's wife, Turnbull's wife, that gives me the creeps. And seemed like a pretty mature subject for a middle grade book. but the rest of the tone of that book is still very middle grade. So I would consider them middle grade, but maybe someone else will not. I don't know. Yeah, other middle grade ones are Series of Unfortunate Events. Those are definitely middle grade books. Yeah, you say you don't mind spoilers now, but if you do read them, there's like one big spoiler for the last book that like you kind of don't want to be spoiled on. So, yeah. But I think like there's a readathon on the Discord, the Artemis Fowl Discord, which I found out about like 3 books too late. I think they're on like the 3rd or 4th book now. And I was like, "Oh no." But I don't have time for anything right now. Like my this comic, this is my off time right now because for what I need to get done on this comic to get it done on time, it's like I'm so glad that I'm not working to an extent because I have to work on it like for 6 hours a day or something or more. I haven't timed it yet, but look at the babies. Yes. Good. Good. Okay, so for the last few minutes of this stream, because I'm kind of trying to wrap it up around 7, but another thing I could do, because this isn't done yet, but I think all I'm going to really do to finish it up is put some darker shadows in a couple places and put a light, maybe like mess around with some light filters. So like that's what I would do right now is mess around with some light filters. I might even like want to fill path. Okay. What happened? Oh. Sorry, I feel like I was starting to talk about something and then I totally blanked. Okay. All right, so if I were to do like overlay. Ooh. That's fun. Ugh. Especially in the background, I like how it looks up at the top. Something like that. That looks cool. So how close am I to finishing my comic? Oh gosh, there are 5 chapters. I have thumbnailed all of them, and I have inked 1. That's how close I am. And there's going to be I need to rewrite some part of chapter 4, and and then there's like these little vignettes that I'm going to put in between chapters that are like scenes that you don't need to understand the story, but I think are just cute or like give some good backstory, but you don't need them to understand the main story. So yeah, but the comic will be coming out, at least the first chapter will be uploaded at the end of April. So that'll be fun. Um, okay, so let me. So that's where we're ending that today. I'm going to save this so that I don't accidentally close it for some reason and lose all that, because I would cry for days. Okay. Yeah. Oh, my tablet's about to die. But yeah, so when I do finish this commission, the commissioner asked that it be put onto Redbubble as like t-shirts or something. So I might change the background a little bit to like make it transparent or something so it's just them, or like change the shape a little bit, because I don't know how well like just a rectangle like this would look on a shirt. But yeah, so thank you all for coming out. As always, it's really fun to talk to you guys while doing this. Next time, I will definitely have some things planned to say to fill the dead space, but I'm not sure what I will be working on. It's not going to be this one again. This is the last one for this one. And I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. But so it might not be Artemis Fowl related. So look out for those, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.